Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Certainly appreciate y'all taking time out of your day to pay me a visit. Doing something new to the channel. I pulled out my kayak for the first time in like 2 years, and I am out on Lake Atwood in the Hollows in Cary, Illinois. This used to be one of my favorite places to fish back when I had a little 13-foot boat with nothing more than the trolling motor on it. This is an old gravel pit, so super clear water. It's a little odd because it's got some really thick weed patches, so brought 2 rods with me. A drop shot, which is really all you need on this lake to consistently catch fish, and that's something I've always wanted to do here, but I've just never really have it rigged up, which is a punch setup for these really thick weed patches. So we're going to start with the drop shot and throw the drop shot the majority of the time, and use the punch here and there. There's one. Oh, God, he broke my line. Wow. He broke my polymer nut. Or, okay. Well, we're going to have to go fix that back in the car. And I thought I tied that knot nicely. All right, all tied back up. Gonna go straight back to where we lost that fish. Also swapped out my punch setup for a bitsy bug setup. The weeds have just died back a lot more than I expected. So there's still some thick weed patches, just not thick enough to punch. So probably going to be throwing the drop shot the majority of the day. Might pick up that bitsy bug here and there, but drop shot, again, really is all you need for this little lake. There's one. Oh, that looks like a decent fish.
Got a whale? Got a whale?
It's probably a 2-pound largemouth. Nah, it's smaller than I thought. It was probably 1.5 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll vouch for 5 pounds for you.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, buddy, come on. Give me your head. Oh, he already shook himself loose. What do you know? Well, I don't know whether the GoPro is working for that last video or not, but like I said, throwing a drop shot. Got an 1/8 ounce just lead sinker. Size 1 spin shot. 4-inch. This is just a generic ringtail worm that I bought at, I think, the Schaumburg Expo years ago. All you really need is a ringtail worm. And then throwing this on a Tricky Sticks. This is a custom drop shot rod that I had built over the winter. Originally it was 8 feet. Unfortunately, I broke 3 inches off the tip of this I think my second outing this year before I really even had a chance to use it. So right now it's like a 7.9. So it's not as sensitive of a drop shot rig that it should be. And that's getting thrown on a loose speed spin. I don't know. It was one of the cheapest loose spinning reels. So that's the setup for the day. Forgot to mention the reel's spooled up with 15-pound fire line. And I guess now, since my original leader broke off, I got 10-pound Berkeley Vanish as my leader. That feels good. It doesn't feel like a very big fish, but I think it might just be swimming towards me. Oh, what just happened? Oh, he came off. I thought I broke my leader again. I think I'd rather lose the fish than break a leader. That's a fish. Not a very big one, but I'll take it. Get over here, buddy. All right, nice healthy looking fish. Oh, thanks for the splash. So that's fish number 3. Fish number 2 landed. This lake isn't very difficult to figure out. Really, kind of the strategies that always work for me. There's a lot of these isolated weed clumps. You know, there's like a bottom mat to the majority of this lake, and then there's these huge, I think it's coontail patches. You'll see like these little tips come up to the surface. If you guys can see those little tips come up, you can just see the splash right there. But these little isolated patches are all over the place, and the bass just cruise the edges of this. So that's the primary thing that I try to look for on here. And then there's a lot of points that I'll fish. And the drop shot really is the best way to pick those apart, in my opinion. I've done well with like swim jigs, swim baits, even like medium diving crankbaits if I want to kind of worm it through these weed patches. But when I want to come out here and just catch fish, the drop shot, you know, can get a little boring here and there, but it just consistently produces fish. The drop shot to Lake Atwood is my square bill to the Fox River, so difficult to beat. there's a fish. It's half the fun of drop shot, and you don't even realize you have a fish on. It feels like a nice one. Not a bad one. Thank you. Ah! Oh, come on. It's a pretty nice, healthy looking fish. Thanks. Alright everyone, we are going to start heading in. I was hoping for at least one more fish. I'm going to make a few more casts before the ramp. I think I jinxed myself when I said this place was easy to figure out. It's easy to figure out when the fish are cooperating, but it can be a very hit or miss lake sometimes. So, thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you all next time.